quality, service, atmosphere. You're next in the chair. Feel at home in the barbershop. G. Bush offers a fresh cut on sports. The barbershop isn't just grooming for guys. It's culture, it's lifestyle, it's sports. And it's now the barbershop is giving the sports scene a sheer shave and shine. Join the makeover now. Follow Garrett Bush at GBush91 on Twitter.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. G. Bush is back. Let me check the chat. Most people be like, listen, G. Bush, what's going on? Y'all hear me? Yeah. Who need that haircut? Everybody need a haircut. Let's go. Let's go, man. Hey, let's get it popping. First and foremost, I want to make sure everybody hear me loud and clear. Last couple times, my stuff was playing around. Hey, man, show me that big number 1 up in there if you can hear what G. Bush is talking about, man. If you can hear me, throw that up because we got a lot to get to. I don't want nothing messing around with my situation. I had to get my big cup out of here, man. That big cup, just a big red cup, man. I got the Theraflu in here. We're not playing around. Hold on, let me take a sip of this Theraflu. I had to jump on here because I am the Duke of Knee Jerk. I am G. Bush in the building with the 1s and the 2s, and we ready to go. I had to get on here and show y'all some love because right now, I think people are not understanding what we just did the other day. Andrew Berry, I repeat, just got us something else. And you saw the tagline. Audio is on point. That's what I'm talking about. No problems today. I got my boys out here. Let's go. Without further ado, you know how we always got to give it up. We always got to give it up to those who show the most love. And right now, people have been showing me so much love on Patreon. I got to go to it and show people how much love they show me. We'd like to thank the Patreon members. MVP tier, Greg Smith, we appreciate you. Omari Spence, we appreciate you. On the All-Star tier, Robert Norman Sr. I got 2 videos already locked and loaded for only members. So if you want to be only members, get in while you fit in. You'll have access to all the stuff I dropped before. I got 2 videos that I'll be dropping here on tomorrow, and it'll have all the good stuff that only members get. So if you want to do that, make sure you do it. Starting lineup tier, Omari Spence, Bradley Thomas Bruns, Gail Mayo, Spencer Mahone, Aaron, Brandon, Russell Edwards, Timothy Tyree, Anthony G. Perry, and Howard Vantasels. Thank you guys so much for contributing. And if you want to be an individual, as we stop this a little bit, if you want to be an individual, you can always donate on to support the barbershop on Cash App. Cash App is $GBush91. PayPal is paypal.me/GBush91. So we thank you guys for all of your support. Continue to support. Super chats are available, and we will do that. Keep it locked at the end of the show. I got a very, very special announcement that I'm going to tease. If you listen to the barbershop, this is big for the community. This is huge. A lot of y'all been waiting for this for a long time, and it's really starting to work into fruition. And it's about, what we're going to be doing with the barbershop, doing something coming to you on a more consistent basis, but on a really big platform. So I'm excited to let you guys know about that. But without further ado, we ain't got no time for half step, and let's get right off into what we're trying to get off into today. And this is huge. Let me go ahead and upload you. There we go. You get up out of here and you jump on here. Breaking news. It ain't really breaking no more. It's really not breaking no more. But right now, the Cleveland Browns have signed defensive tackle Shelby Harris, and you see it. They have already added him to what I would call a very good to great defensive line. The addition of him makes the Cleveland Browns elite. We've been talking about all season long. We've been talking about what's been going on with Deshaun Watson. We've been talking about what the offense is going to look like. We've been talking about receivers, whether Nick Chubb is going to get touches. We've been talking ad nauseum about all the things offense. And we've kind of left the defense over to the side and not really said anything. But slowly but surely, the Cleveland Browns have now amassed the best defensive line in the game. I repeat, the Cleveland Browns have amassed the best defensive line in the game. And I'm going to tell you, I respect everybody's opinion, but at the end of the day, I did this for a living. I had my hand in the dirt. I was the one up here going against double teams. I was up there getting cut up, chopped up, and tossed up. If there's anything G. Bush knows, it's trench play. I do that preferably all day, every day. I watch the big uglies up front. I study pass rush moves. And no disrespect to anybody who's out there. If you ain't held no double team, you can't tell me about nothing on defensive line. If you ain't never had your body tossed up and your fingers dislocated and you still got to come and deliver hands and get off a block on an off tackle play, you ever had a tight end come down and crack you in the side of your skull? If you ain't had that, you don't know what you're talking about. Respectfully, I was in the trenches. And when I say Shelby Harris is going to be the addition that the Cleveland Browns need to make themselves the best D-line in the game, I don't just give you that because I'm just saying it. I always told you guys, don't come in here with just straight opinions. A lot of y'all out here just want to do straight opinion. Don't give me straight opinion talk. Give me the facts. And so we got to do that. Let's get to it. Let me go ahead and make sure I can get down here to the side. And then let's see. Let's go to what Shelby Harris does, preferably. Here we go. Take this off here. Now let's take a look at this. Let's take a look at his career grades. When you look at a guy like Shelby Harris, you're looking at it. Last year, 74.8. 61.3. So what I like to look at is PFF started doing something called ranking out of how many defensive tackles that were eligible. So when you go back to 2014, 2015, I kind of tossed those grades out because that's your first 2 years in the league. Starting in his third year, when you should start to be peaking as a late round draft pick, you look at 2017, 34th out of 124 with a 76.3 PFF grade. Solid, very solid. Then that fourth year for guys who do not get a fifth year, and only a fifth year is guaranteed to those guys who are number one overall picks, right? Let's take a look at what his grade was in 2018. A 90.0, right? Ninth out of 112 eligible tackles. Take a look at that. A 90.0. In 2019, he was 18th out of 116th available defensive tackles with a 76.8. Take a look at 2020, right back to what he was doing in 2018. Eighth out of 124th eligible tackles. He was a little nicked up and injury prone in 2021, hence the grade 51st over 108, but he jumped right back into this thing in 2022 with the Seattle Seahawks, had a great year. 17th out of the eligible 127th eligible defensive tackles with a 74.8 grade. Take a look at his run grade. 78.5 against the run, 6'3", 300 pounds. He's a guy that likes to get upfield. Remember what I told you about the defensive lineman, what Jim Schwartz wants to do. Jim Schwartz wants to get the ends, and it's all about penetrating and stopping the run on the way to the quarterback. It's almost like one of them things where your honey says, hey, babe, now I do this. Shout out to my wife. She's great. I do this all the time. I'd be like, hey, could you get me some medicine on the way home? Okay, could you get me some cookies on the way home? And I usually hate that. I be hating that when people be doing that to me, but she's so good to me. She just goes and says, whatever. Shout out to my wife. She's awesome with that. But you're supposed to go ahead and stop the run on the way to the quarterback. And one of the things that happens when you get penetration is you make the ball declare. You are in the business of making the ball declare a certain way. So often when we watch the Cleveland Browns play, you see our defensive linemen catching and trying to figure out what a play is. And my coach used to always say, change the line of scrimmage, big boy. He said, you 6'5", 270 pounds. What I want you to do is come off the football, you put your hand in the neck of that tackle, and you try to put himself in the front row at the doorstep at the YMCA. That's what you do. That's taking the fight to the tackle. And when you talk, when it transforms you, it's like feeding a wild wolf blood for the first time. Ain't no kibbles and bits gonna get it done. You just like, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. Forget all the other read and react. Put your hand in the chest of another man and drive his ass to the goal line. That's what we talking about now. All that other little, let's read and let me look over the top of guys while they pushing you back 15, 20 yards. That's not what we're up for now. We're not trying to do that no more. And this is another reason, and shout out to this. Let me remove this. Get back in here. Let me lean back a little bit. Admire my set. By the way, you don't got a set like this. You ain't got this. All this right here. Listen, y'all better start doing your theme work. My set's starting to look like Disney World. Matter of fact, the barbershop's so real, I'm gonna have a dude back there getting cut up for real. Just back there, just getting a haircut. Who's that? I don't know. He came in for a haircut. But let me tell you this, though. Let me tell you this. This is why Andrew Berry does it again. He may not have guys playing third and fourth rounders that he could draft. That's up for debate. His draft is suspect as hell. You got Jordan Elliott, you might not play. Bell might not play. Schwartz is definitely up out of here, right? It's a lot of your picks that don't play, bro. They on the sidelines. But I will tell you this. I'm going to just keep it a buck with y'all. His trades and his free agent looks is on 100. It's undeniable. It's undeniable. Andrew Berry, when it comes to trades, is one of the top dudes in the league. He is. Listen, he traded sand. He traded sand with the beach. Just traded some different sand for the beach, and they was like, "Oh, we'll take it." Like, you don't want no water sand? No, we no water, no beach, no beach balls. No, we'll take more sand for 300, Chuck. This is what I'm talking about. I was getting antsy. I'm like, man, you lose Thomas, you lose Isaiah Thomas, you lose Alex Wright. Your depth is going down. I'm like, McGuire can step up and probably take one of them positions, but we still got to figure out what's going on with this, how this is moving, because we still need to find a D tackle. And you know what this was? This was a referendum on Jordan Elliott. And for all y'all guys that had a plan to save Jordan Elliott and Jedrick Wills, this is your problem. Jordan Elliott, his fate was sealed. I was with the binoculars looking on the field down there in Canton. I'm looking around like, who's 96? I know that ain't big 90s. Who's? Let me get my press book out. Got my little press book out like Jordan Elliott 96, ain't he? I think Jordan Elliott 96. Let me see. That sure is Jordan Elliott. What the heck is he doing playing on the Hall of Fame? Murder, She Wrote. It was a rap. Rap type. It was done. They had him in that cellophane. When he didn't do nothing, it was done data. I've been in drills, I've been in scrimmages like that, where I came off an ACL injury and they're like, I don't know if G. Bush is really G. Bush. We want to put him out there with the young guys to see if he gonna make some plays. Because if Jordan Elliott is going into his fourth year, he's a third round pick, and he's in there with the 3s and the 4s and not making no noise, that doesn't look good at all. And they listen, they dialed up the phone. Do. Hey, let me get Shelby Harris on the phone. I think this deal could have already been done. This deal was already in the midst of being done. However, I think Shelby said, I'm not trying to go back down to Greenbrier. I don't want no parts of that conditioning. I don't want to. You call me up when y'all close to these games. Call me up when you're close to these games. They got it done. And you know, the crazy thing about this is I'm going to show you coming up here in a moment. A lot of guys will say, G. Bush, you're the Duke of New York. G. Bush, you're doing a lot. G. Bush, like, you're saying that this guy's the best to ever do it. The Browns have to prove it first. I'm just simply give you a couple reasons why the Browns are the best defensive line as constituted on paper. But first, we got to get to the people, because that's what happens with the people. My man Bradley Brown says, with Talmason, Ika, Harris, it makes the possibility of having 5 monster D linemen on all 3 downs. You understand, my man. You get it. And we haven't talked about Siaki Ika, and who made a brilliant play. a brilliant play in the Hall of Fame game. Brilliant play. There was clinic tape. The punch, get off the shed, make the tackle, shoot your arms. Woo! Woo! I'm telling you, right now, the Browns have just on the sneak tip, like in 5 or 6 months, went from the worst defensive line in the game to the best defensive line, in my opinion. Bradley, thank you so much for the super chat. You're a big supporter of the show. Big supporter of the show. Let's keep it moving. I'm going to get some of these. Christopher Gillespie, we fixed my faith on D-line. Oh, man. Limited edition cafe patron on deck for the stream. I thank you so much. I appreciate you. All those guys out there that are supporting. 86 people right now listening live. Make sure you hit that like button for your boy. Yeah, listen, you know how we do. If you ain't got it for Patreon, if you ain't got it for a super chat, you know how you can show love. Tell people, share this information, share the videos, and most importantly, hit that like button. Hit that like button. KR Thunder, let's pretend it's still breaking. This is my bad day, good yesterday. Happy to relive it. Yeah, it really ain't even no breaking news like that, to be truthful. I was just waiting to see what other people was going to say about it. And people was not excited enough for me. Sometimes I do stories like that. When I jump out, sometimes I just wait to see if other people going to really feel the impact of what really happened. Because sometimes when you're in this industry, it's a lot of propaganda. People will tell you that's a great move. People will show you, oh, this is one of the best moves. It's a great hire. It don't even really be like that. But sometimes, very, very rarely, there's some things that go right under the radar and people don't acknowledge it. This was one of those stories where when I heard it late last night, I turned over to Quincy's. I looked at his little thing on Quincy's carriers. I said, hold on, I got the notification. Shout out to Q, because I'm subscribed, all that good stuff. I said, what? They got Shelby? He signed? Watch this blog. I was going to see what other people was talking about. Got to it earlier on UCSS, but I had to come back and get it real because I still didn't feel the enthusiasm like I was supposed to. Hey, man, Red Raven Rucker, I appreciate you. G. Bush is a legend. Thank you, man. Thank you. I appreciate you guys. You guys be doing so much. Y'all be holding me down. Oh, by the way, Tillman's looking good. Hey, Lamar, I'll take that. See, a lot of people don't know. I was mad as hell when they didn't get what's her name, Jalen Hyatt. He went a pick earlier to the Giants. They jumped the ball to the Browns and got him, and I was salty. I'm like, man, I wanted to, but I ain't gonna lie. Tillman is looking big. Pause. Tillman is out here looking very strong. He's out here catching the football. I think he brings something to the table. And G. Bush was wrong on that one. He still got to show something, but I have like this camp. This is Theraflu, by the way. No drinking here, Theraflu. All right. Let's keep it moving. Oh, Martin Emerson is a shining pick. He's a shining pick. He does his thing. KA says Mike Dawes was carving cats weekly at Camp McKinley. Oh, Mike Dawes is shout out to Mike Dawes, just got indoctrinated and inducted into the High School Hall of Fame. I was fortunate enough to MC that thing in Canton, Ohio. Big turnout. I met so many people out there, bro. Like Bernie went in, Chris Spillman went in. He had the whole city of Massillon there. We had Mike Dawes, Coach Tom McDaniels, Bulldogs guys I played with. Coach Ted Ginn Sr. was there. Jim Tressel was in the building. Don Nealon got 2 awards. He was so nice. They put him in the Hall of Fame twice. Who else was there? What's the name? Marcus Dupree. 30 for 30 Marcus Dupree was there. I chopped it up with him a long time, man. He a good brother, man. He a real solid dude, man. There was so many. Jerry Ball, a long time Detroit Pistons defensive lineman, played for the Browns as well. Kevin Mack went in. Shout out to him. So there was you got a chance to chop it up with Teddy Ginn, the younger Teddy Ginn Jr. And so for me, that was a great event. Got an opportunity to see some of those guys. Shout out to them, man. It's just a beautiful thing. Let's keep it going. My man, Rob Cunningham. G, will you get to broadcast from camp this year? You know what? I was there a lot. You know what's so funny about broadcasting from camp? It is so hectic. It's so hectic at camp because, you know, the program directors should be just grabbing people and getting you over there. Come over here, boy. Hey, G. Bush want to talk to you. So you be asking all these questions. You feel like you're regurgitating. I would like to get out to camp, but that's not up to me. That's up to you know, my program director. But I was out there 4 or 5 times last year. We'll see if we can get out there a little bit. I think there's a week left before they start to kind of close it down and keep it going. But I would like to get out there as well. What do you say? Suede, I see you, Coach Myrell Smith. What's up? I see you in the building. All right, so let's keep it moving. I want to get to this. And I want to prove a lot of times that people be talking about this defensive line play and is they really hyperbole? Is they really doing their thing? Is they really top 5? Is they really doing that? Well, let me show you this. Let's take a look at this stat. The Cleveland Browns, I repeat, the Cleveland Browns are the only team to have 2 top 13 edge rushers and 2 top 17 defensive tackles. Let that sink in. Let's go to the grades. And this is why G. Bush does what he does. Bring your notes. When I was in college, they started doing something. When TI 86s was out, man, we had these graphic calculators. You couldn't even say nothing. We had them graphic calculators. We was graphing everything. We ain't going to class. We had to program these TI 86s. They said, no. They started incorporating this thing at Ohio University called, hey, show your work. When you turn that test in, and it's math, calculus, finance 325, if it's qualitative business analysis, finance, all that. What we need you to do, dog, is we need you to turn that scrap paper in too. I was like, dang, bro. It was a game changer. You mean turn the scrap paper in? Yeah. See, that cut all that other stuff out because they're going to say, you didn't show no work. We need to show your work, right? And so a lot of cats in this game don't be showing no work. It's all opinion. Stop doing all opinion. You think I'm doing this just for the health of it? This is why I started really having to tell people, you're not better than me. Sometimes you got to do that. And I'm not just saying to be cocky. I'm saying it to help them step their game up. Where are your statistics? Y'all swear y'all like analytics, but don't ever be having nothing out. How come y'all don't do no blogs on the weekend? Y'all could just go to work and just do one show and just go and be done. I'm starting to feel like if you only do one show, you ain't grinding. You got one job. You only do 2 hours. I'm playing with you. Don't go tell them that. That's why they don't like us over here. This doggone barbershop cult. I'll tell you what, always sticking up for Deshaun Watson. We can't even sneak diss him anymore. This G. Bush guy's everywhere. He just pulls up on the internet. And there's a little barbershop fan club. They're sending emails, talking to the program directors. We can't even say sly little stupid stuff. We thought it was bad with Odell. Good gracious, you used to be able to slander a person in broad daylight without you having to feel bad about it. All right, I'm sorry. I'm done. I'm sorry. I was just playing around. I'm happy my equipment worked. We back into it. Hey, we back into it. I'm sorry, Lawrence. I apologize, Coach. I apologize. All right, let's get to why we're doing our thing, right? Let's take a look at these PFF grades. And when you look down and you scroll down, Dalvin Tomlinson coming in number 14. At number 14, 77.0 defensive grade at D tackle. And when you look down and you look at Shelby Harris, 74.8. Now let's look at this. Leonard Williams got a big bag of money for the Giants. Look at the names of the guys that's on this same list, in this top 20 list. Chris Jones, Dexter Lawrence, Aaron Donald, Quinnen Williams, Cam Hayward, DJ Reader. These are the elite. These are the name of all names. Jonathan Allen, we wanted Hargrave. Think about this. The Cleveland Browns wanted Javon Hargrave. He signed with the 49ers. He's at 80.1 overall. If you look down, Andrew Berry got Dalvin Tomlinson and Shelby Harris for less than what Javon Hargrave made in San Francisco. Talk about it. Can we talk about it? Think about that. And the guy he got in Shelby Harris and Dalvin Tomlinson are light years better in the run game than Javon Hargrave. He's a 49.0 in the run. Dalvin Tomlinson is at 65, and Shelby is, when it comes to that, at 78.5. So as you can see how the things move, he was able to, for less money, get two guys in the top 17 on your, I challenge you. Now, if you look at the Giants, they do have Dexter Lawrence, who's really good, 91.6. And down at number 19, they got Leonard Williams, 74.2. But you look through the rest of that list. Keep looking. The Cleveland Browns are the only two teams with two guys in there, right? Let's keep pushing. Mind you, think about it like that. Take that away. Let's get right back up into it. Now let's go to these edge rushers. Let's get to the edge. Now we got 13 and 17 at defensive tackle. We got number 1 and number 13 for the ends. Come on. This is why I had to get on the sticks. I had to pull up on y'all. We got the number 1 defensive end and the number 13 defensive end. Look at these pass rush grades. Zadarius Smith is at 85.4 in the pass rush. Myles Garrett is at 93.5. Stop playing with us. Y'all better quit it. I like the Eagles, what they do. Brandon Graham, 89.8, awesome. But look at his snaps. He don't even play that much. He had 524 snaps. He's effective when he gets in, but let's keep it a buck. Let's look down this list. Hassan Reddick, I like what Hassan Reddick does. And Josh Sweat, love what he does, right? They got a lot of pass rushers out there. They got 3 dudes up there looking crazy. But come on. We got number 1 and number 13. I mean, large sample sizes too. You know, so when you extrapolate this thing and you look at the Cleveland Browns defensive line, they got the number 1 end in Myles Garrett, number 13 in Dalvin Tomlinson, number 17 in Shelby Harris, and number 13 in Zadarius Smith. Not to mention you got 3 good corners, a safety that has won multiple championships in at safety. Rodney McLeod is backing him up. And slowly but surely, if you get any progression from JOK, the Cleveland Browns have now put themselves in a position where it's just not the offense you're going to have to deal with. You're going to have to deal directly with this defense. You're going to have to directly deal with this defense because they got everything they need requisite to be a top 5 defense. And they did it overnight. They did it in one offseason. That's why I be so mad at the Browns sometimes. This is the urgency you got to play with. This is the urgency that you have to coach with. This is the urgency that you have to. When I tell y'all all the time, people don't be trying to win, this shows you that. Last year, the Browns were not ready to win. They knew they were not going to fire Joe Woods. They knew Deshaun Watson wasn't playing. So they're like, why would we put all these resources into guys where we're not going to even use them? And we got a new defensive coordinator might want to say into things. So that's why you get a Taven Bryan and Tommy Togiai and a Perrion Winfrey and guys like that and Jordan Elliott. They already knew what the writing was on the wall. And so when I tell people it's an arms race, this year, the Cleveland Browns have fully stepped up and said, I will answer for answer anything anybody else is out there doing. You want to make a move? We're going to get somebody else. And I appreciate a man that's desperate. I appreciate a man that loves the fierce urgency of today. That's what I like. Because that means people always talk about alpha males nowadays. I'm an alpha. No. Alpha males don't say that. Alpha males show you what it is. And the Cleveland Browns is showing you for once. And I don't need to, and I get this too. There's people that can be scoring and say, well, G. Bush, this is what we got to wait and see on this. How many times have they fooled us before on paper? How many times look, all I could do as an analyst is to look at what you've done, how you're moving, and extrapolate that over time. Do they need to go out and continuously win? Sure they do. Do they need to put something with that? Yes, they do. Do guys need to stay healthy? Yes, indeed. But at the end of the day, I just want to get a little bit better each day. Each day I want to get a little bit better. As a broadcaster, I told myself, I'm not going to fall into the trap of doing like these other dudes and always want to talk about 5 years down the line. That's the easy way out. You need to find something entertaining and thought-provoking to engage your audience today. They're not trying to hear about the Browns in 2026. They want to hear about the Browns and their team today. That's the challenge. Is that hard? Yeah, it's hard. I worked on Locked On Browns. Shout out to my man, Jeff Lloyd. You know what he taught me over at Locked On Browns? Doing a podcast about a team every day is hard as hell. Because you can't keep spinning your wheels. You got to be fresh. You got to be entertaining. You can't be negative 24 hours a day. It's a challenge, right? But a lot of these guys don't challenge themselves. That's why ESPN is out of here. A lot of y'all guys don't challenge yourself, bro. You just roll over out of the bed and get $5 million for what? What? Doing Sports Center? What? That's what that is? Y'all don't invest in your set. Y'all don't invest in time, energy, and effort. You know, I was having problems yesterday. I'll be mad. I'll be taking this like a football game. I didn't even want to look at the numbers for my last blog. Damn audio cutting in and out. This is ridiculous. My mom called me and was like, you played terrible today. Your last blog was trash. My wife was like, you need to go to one camera. You're doing too much. That's why your sound keep going in there. I'm like, man, I can't catch a breath. I just went to bed. Took me a NyQuil and go to sleep. That's how much that content count. Y'all need to step it up. But I'm going to tell y'all what, the Cleveland Browns. There's a lot of people, and shout out to my man Joe Thomas too. I'm not going to do a blog on this because I already did a blog on Dan Patrick, but shout out. This is why I like Joe Thomas. Joe Thomas went on Dan Patrick's show, and Dan Patrick thought he was going to good old boy Joe Thomas into saying something bad about the Browns, and Joe Thomas stood 10 toes down. 10 toes. Like, hey, don't butter me up because you think I'm still on that high from being a Hall of Famer, and you're going to ask me, well, what about Deshaun Watson? He said, the people in Cleveland ain't on that. We've been done with that. He done served his time. We ready to go. When it comes to football, we trying to talk about football. Dan Patrick got him off the sticks. Thanks a lot, Joe. We'll talk to you later. Thanks a lot, Joe. We'll talk to you later. That's the great Joe Thomas. Cut the camera. I said cut the camera, Joe. You see? You're not going to talk us out of it. The thing that I want to see the most, I don't know about y'all. I want the Browns to come out here and be like 6-0. And I want them to have to flex the Browns. I want them to have to mention Deshaun Watson's name as an MVP candidate. I want them to have to show up, get their little bags together and say, damn it, week 8, we're in Cleveland. God. Oh, my gosh. I do not want to go. It's cold. I got to deal with talking about Deshaun Watson. I mean, you know, we can't run any of those old montages about allegations. What are we going to say? You know, I mean, we'll find a way to hate, but we'll figure something out. Y'all going to have to come up here. Y'all going to have to come up here right? And you have to explain to the people why Deshaun Watson is not an MVP candidate. I hope he light y'all up. I really do. I hope he I hope he light y'all's tail up. I hope he come out breaking on a record-breaking pace. So you could just be like, I mean, I hate to say it, Deshaun Watson is having one of the greatest seasons anybody's ever seen in the history of the NFL. That's what I want to see. 153 people in here, by the way. Hit that like button for your boy. I appreciate you guys. Let's get back to the chat before we wrap it up like we always do. Let's keep it moving. You guys have been great today. 153, 154 in here. I think I had a super chat too. I did have a super chat in here I didn't read. Didn't I? Here we go. William Wise, my G. Man, stay with one of the best beards in the game. I can't get my joint to really fully come in. Email me your tip. G. Bush, man of the people. Of course I am. Of course I am. Frank Fior. I like this. Iron sharper than iron. I love that. My man Earl loves that quote too. Chris Gillespie, my calculator told me how to make grilled cheese. I don't know. After 11 is a big drop off, G. Bush. The analytics might be deceiving. Hey, I don't know about that. All I know is this. I see it, and with my eyes, I've had an opportunity to see all of them play, and they get it done. I took a look at the analytics. PFF is showing what they're talking about. And do they have to prove it? Sure they do. But on paper, but as constituted, they got the best D-line right now. It is what it is. I'm sorry. A lot of times we talk ourselves out of it because we use an old circumstances that really don't have nothing to do with today. We use old stuff. Like we still shell shocked from Johnny Manziel and stuff. We still shell shocked from Baker. We still shell shocked from OBJ. All that good stuff. Sometimes, man, stand on that. Like if I see it and it's on paper. Now, when the games come and if they're terrible, I could say you're terrible because I'm watching it in front of me. But don't let nobody strip you of your ability to root for your team. They be doing that too much. What are we doing here? We love sports because we want to root for our teams. Now you're telling us, oh, we can't root for our teams in the offseason until they play the games. Come on, dog. Well, in that case, why does the NFL show the draft? Why does NFL have people at camp? Why does the NFL have all these cameras? Because the NFL is telling you, hey, we paying attention all year round. So if the NFL is good for them, why can't I pay attention all year round? I know that you guys still win games. So but I'm not about to. They be crowning the Jets all tough. Ain't nobody told the Jets it's just preseason. They still letting them do what they want. You know what I'm saying? Bradley Bruins, I say, appreciate you, man. We have so much flexibility with literally everyone across the front to the lineup on edge or the interior. They won't figure us out. We a problem. Oh, we're a definite problem. And they're trying to talk us down off of it. And the thing that I need to get in and coincide with everything is I want that dog pound to come back. If we get that, I need them rugged guys. If we can get them rugged, them day one Browns dudes out here, come on now, stop playing around with us. Come on. If we get that back, I don't think we can get the cold weather off the front. This thing called global warming. I've seen some data and maps that said right now in South America, it's supposed to be the winter. It's 100 degrees down there. Polar ice caps are melting. Ocean is warm. See, that's why they don't like you, G. Bush. You know people be getting triggered about climate control. Stop it. People still want their SUVs and they want to drive them in peace, but you take it too far. This guy. It's like Pac-Man getting extra power pellet than Pac-Man. Listen, if I can use that or a Sensu beam from Dragon Ball Z or a Scooby snack, sheesh. King Bees, you forgot Delpit. No, Delpit and JOK are the, I would say, Delpit and JOK are the keys to this season. If Delpit takes that next step and becomes a Pro Bowl type guy, and JOK really learns how to read his keys, learns how to get downhill, and becomes a playmaker sideline to sideline against some of the most mobile quarterbacks. See, what they want to do with JOK, and I was going to do a little video about this, but if JOK can learn the scheme and learn tape, I want to use him like a Troy Polamalu. And what I mean by that is he does not have too many responsibilities. He's a guy who's a roamer. He's a roamer. He's a guy who wants to instinctively go for the ball. He's a guy that, hey, if you see the quarterback running, go after him. You could drop off to the coverage one time. I want him to be kind of a rover position because I think that is the ultimate Swiss Army knife against running quarterbacks when they want to stem plays like Mahomes, like Josh Allen, like Lamar Jackson. All those guys. Tua can move. Aaron Rodgers can move. Justin Herbert moves well. All those guys can move pretty well. I want to use him as a stopper for that. And I think if he can get there and Grant Delpit can be instinctual, make tackles in front of him, and be a guy at the line of scrimmage, I think the Browns are going to be they're going to be dope. They're going to be dope. I think they're going to be really, really good. I can't hate on that. Here's what I'm going to do. As always, you know how I round that up. Hey, we're going to get out of here. Before we get out of here, 164 people watching live. Make sure you hit that like button for me. Appreciate you. Thank you guys for all the information, and thank you for the super chats today. I have a big announcement coming up, and I'm going to tease it a little bit. And a lot of people watch me on here. A lot of people listen to my Saturday show. I got something coming up where I'm going to have my own show, and it's going to be 2 days a week on a platform. I'm still working out the details, but if you like G. Bush, you have opportunity to see me a lot of places, right? A lot of places, man. I'm super excited about it, man. You know, I've been working 12 years for it. I just want all y'all to be a part of it. If you're part of the barbershop clan on the radio, I need y'all to migrate over, man. Y'all been really pushing. We need more G. Bush. We need more G. Bush. We need more G. You're going to get that. Everybody out here on the barbershop, we appreciate you. Anybody that's watching for the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show, we appreciate you as well. Locked On Browns people, we still watching y'all. Still watch every single day. Shout out to Jeff Lloyd and the Locked On Browns team. But as for me, G. Bush representing from the 330, you know what it is. Where you calling from? Where you tweeting from? Where you at? And is you ready to go tomorrow? That's what we want to see. So G. Bush checking in. We got the 234. We got the 330. Akron, Canton is in the building. Where you leaning from? Where we at? Where we at? Always sway. Oh yeah, man. Yeah, I appreciate that, man. Appreciate that, man. Where we at? Hey, King B's 216, man. Lawrence Goggins 216. William Wise in the 216. Brandon Smith, Hall of Fame City. I see you with the gazelles on, homie. You look like you trying to go, you get a Match.com or something, bro. Brandon Smith, hey, he out there looking fresh. Reese, 330's in the building. Becky, 330 Warren, that's what's up. Canton in the building. Bradley, I always appreciate you. Ray Fountain. Listen, that's an inspirational look. Is that on your LinkedIn, Ray? Ray out here looking inspirational as hell. Won't he? Marlo Jackson, 502 Louisville to Louisville. It ain't Louisville, Louisville. Cecil 4619. Christopher Gillespie, Willowwick. We know where that is. ATL Ty Brown. Let's put it back up there. I see you. I see you out there. Jay Trace, always ATL. You know what it is. Shout out to people ATL, man. They do it big down there. Let's go with Diego Rob, 330's in the building. Brandon Smith just laughing and joking. That's that Match.com. 216, I see you, man. 513, by the way, of the 330. My real, always see you, my brother. And also, a longtime Browns friend from the 305, MIAO. Let's go. Euclid in the building. Hey, Smitty. These dudes, hey, I need to step my, they getting these from Sears? Sears is doing yearbook pictures again. Smitty out here looking crazy. 440-419, Kyle, I see you. Parma Heights, let's get a couple more in. I see you. Floral Sister, 614. I see you out there, man. As for everybody else, we're going to get up out of here. We'll catch you tomorrow. Go Browns. Don't forget, coming up tomorrow, we might have to go live after the Browns game. We'll see what we got going. But as for G. Bush, I'll catch y'all later. Peace.